Now moving to West Asia, the Palestinian civil defense has recovered the bodies of 9 children after an Israeli airstrikes on a family home in Khan Younis. It has identified them as the children of pediatrician Ala al-Najjar. At the time of the strike, Dr. Najjar was working at the Al-Tahrir clinic at her southern Khan Younis home. Al-Najjar's husband, Hamdi, and her son, Adam, who both survived the strike, were being treated at Nasser Hospital. The Civil Defense Agency briefed that a total of 15 people were killed across the Palestinian territory on Saturday following Israel's latest offensive in Gaza, which resumed post the 2-month-long ceasefire. The dead include a couple who were killed with their 2 children. In a pre-dawn strike in Amal quarter of southern Khan Younis, while 5 people were killed by a drone strike in the west of the city as they waited for 8 trucks. Now, responding to the allegations of death of children, the IDF issued a statement saying that it would probe the claims of the reported drone strikes that killed 9 children of the doctor. In a statement, the Israeli military informed that its Air Force struck more than 100 targets across the territory over the past day. These targets were members of terror organizations, military structures, and underground tunnels. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned the Palestinians in Gaza who are facing the cruelest phase of the conflict, with widespread famine imminent. Guterres added that only a teaspoon of aid was getting in following Israel's 11-week-long blockade.
Palestinians in Gaza are enduring what may be the cruelest phase of this cruel conflict. For nearly 80 days, Israel blocked the entry of life-saving international aid. As the world's leading hunger assessment found, the entire population of Gaza is facing the risk of famine. Families are being starved and denied the very basics, all with the world watching in real time.
Experts have emphasized that it was essential for Israel to allow a massive influx of aid and to end its bombing campaign. They went on to say that Israel's intensified air raids and forced displacement were hampering the aid efforts.
So seeing a couple, dozens, if maybe 100 trucks make their way in over the last couple of days, it's just the very tip of what is required, right? We need 400, 500, 600 trucks moving a day. And not only do they need to be getting into Gaza, you need to be able to distribute them inside. So we saw over the last 24 hours at least one case where a World Food Program truck or convoy was looted. That looting is a subject of the level of, it's a product of the level of desperation that people are feeling, right? They can't even wait for it to get to a distribution site.
Amidst the offensive in Gaza, Israeli protesters and families of hostages demonstrated in Tel Aviv, calling for an end to the war in the Strip and the release of the hostages. The protesters were seen holding pictures of hostages who chanted slogans calling U.S. President Trump to push for a ceasefire deal to release hostages and end the war in Gaza. About 58 hostages still remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, while some have been presumed dead, according to Israel.
מתן אהוב שלי, אני מאמינה בכל ליבי שאתה